Hey everybody, I am on my way to Jackson Charles' home for my Moore Manor moving sale. Yay! I'll see you there soon.
You know, this beef between Kenya Moore and Kim Fields from the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 8 has been ongoing and it's been pretty nasty. You know, thankfully things did not get physical. Kim Fields is a very classy lady and whatnot, so thankfully things didn't go, that way. It didn't take that sort of turn. However, they did say some really nasty things about each other, on the show and whatnot. And then this happened online, and I had to share with you guys, man. I needed some other people's opinions on this particular thing. So somebody on social media said it took Kim Fields 45 years to make $8 million. It took Kenya 4 years to make $20 million. Now who's really winning? Kenya replied to that person by saying, think, if she was worth that much, why would she have foreclosed homes and tax liens? Can't believe what you read. You know what, Kenya? I totally agree. I can't believe what I read. That's why I'm not going to believe your words right here about her having foreclosed homes and tax liens. I'm not going to believe that. I mean, it's really crazy. This whole comparing how much money you have to somebody else thing that I see, with like black celebrities, it's really, really annoying. And people comparing like, well, I have the brand new Mercedes. So-and-so's new Mercedes, rather, is 2 years old. Mine is the new one, so I win. And this is why so many black people are poor in America in the year 2016, because we have black people who have something comparing themselves to other black people who have something and saying, well, we both have something, but I have more. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense to me. I cannot for the life of me understand why anybody could be so combative or insecure or wherever they're coming from with it. No matter whether they're coming from an aggressive standpoint or from a place of insecurity, or if they're basically being defensive because they're replying to something that somebody said about them not having money. So they're basically trying to prove that the person's wrong. It's like, look, man, it's just money at the end of the day. It's just cotton and linen with ink on it, with an old dead white man that hated all of you anyway. A damn slave owner like George Washington on the money. And you're bragging about having that, even though it's not backed by gold. It's a fiat currency. It's not backed by shit. And the value of that dollar is just going down anyway. And they're talking about a damn financial collapse and all sorts of things. And it's like, how could you brag about something that may soon be worthless, even if it happens in 5, 10, 15 years, whenever it may happen? Wait, my point is this, man. How are you going to brag about something that, if you really think about it, only has the value that we place on it? For example, back in the day, a decent computer used to cost anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. Nowadays, your cell phone may be more powerful than the computer that you used to have in your house. Back then, when they used to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, if you took one of those computers from, say, the 90s, early 2000s, you blew the dust off of it and you sat in front of somebody, they would say, look at that worthless thing. The value is basically almost nothing now. And that's what's happening with money. If the dollar ever collapsed, God forbid, all of these people who are so worried about that almighty dollar and worshiping that little bit of change, whether it's $1 million that you have, or if you have $20 million, that money isn't going to mean anything. The way that you look at a penny would basically be the value of money. It would be virtually worthless. You would look at it and say, yes, it's money, but what can I do with that? And we have all these celebrities bragging about their money and trying to show other people up. And I understand, from Kenya's standpoint, that maybe she wasn't, flaunting money or anything like that. But the simple fact that she basically said Kim Fields is having all these different financial problems or whatever. But the truth of the matter is that Kenya Moore could end up in a pickle, or the dollar could just collapse and we could all end up in a really crappy situation. So, I keep my mind out of other people's pockets unless there's an actual reason for me to be speaking about how much money people have or don't have. And I don't do the whole poor shaming thing and whatnot. But hey, that's just my opinion. I have no idea of whether or not Kim Fields has $8 million and whether or not Kenya Moore has 20, rather made that amount of money in a few short years. And I have no idea of whether or not it took Kim Fields 45 years to make $8 million. Like, I never heard of that anywhere other than what this person said online. But the fact that Kenya Moore actually responded to a fan talking that foolishness kind of makes her look bad. I'm just saying, people are going to look at her like, why would you even reply to that foolishness? But anyways, what do you guys think about it? I just want to know what fans thought about what's going on social media. So let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Who has more money, Kim or Kenya? Does it matter to you at all? Do you think that Kim is really going through some sort of foreclosures or tax liens? And if so, do you think that it's okay for Kenya to go around talking about it with random people on the internet? Let me know what you think about it below. Meat Magazine.